We think it's day 17.
I think so. I'm really tired, so I'm not sure.
Okay, well, we're going to go with day 17. If not, we'll have to edit it later.
That's true. Edit it in post.
So tonight I thought I would talk a little bit about psychocybernetics again, but actually kind of give you a little bit more of a not a book review, but a little bit more in detail about what that book is and why I think it was so important. And I think that it really has to do with something we talk about a lot, which is mindset. And in the first part of the book, the author, who was a plastic surgeon,
Yes.
turned psychologist. So he went to school for plastic surgery. Was a very
That's amazing, by the way.
was a very prominent but think about it, it makes a lot of sense.
Smart guy.
He was a very prominent plastic surgeon. He did a lot of surgery, but he started to realize that like a lot of times he would fix a scar on somebody's face that they were having trouble with. And even though like that they thought they were having trouble with, but even though he didn't think it was anything grotesque or anything like that, their belief that what they had was grotesque on their face forced them to, or not forced them, but like they were not selling well, or they were not doing well in their job or social circles or whatever. And he would fix this thing on their face, and all of a sudden they'd become a different person.
Right.
And they would be able to sell again. And so he started doing research into this and actually ended up going back to school to get a degree in psychology, a doctorate in psychology. Yeah,
That's pretty...
as you do, 2 doctorates.
Why not?
And he started doing studies in mindset and how the way we think about ourselves can actually manifest into reality. And so, he did all kinds of studies and reviewed all kinds of studies where things like people were able to be convinced that they had a disease, and then they would actually, even though they didn't, they would manifest the symptoms of the disease.
Yeah.
We won't go there, but and so like this, how powerful your brain is. And so he started doing a whole program called Psychocybernetics, where he was talking about reprogramming your brain. And his whole theory is that your brain is a goal setting and goal getting machine. So if you program your brain to go after a goal, it'll do it. It'll lead you there. It's like a guidance system. And so his thoughts is that, and again, I'm going to make this really short because we got 5 minutes. It's a long book, but it's great. His idea is that if you put your mind to something, if you put out that intention, we've talked about intentions before.
Yeah.
If there's the story of, and I'm kind of rambling a little bit because I'm tired too, but there's the story of the mask guy. Oh gosh, I just drew a blank.
The mask guy.
Famous comedian, Jim Carrey. Jeez, man.
Oh, sorry.
We're both like, oh, what?
No, I should know what you were talking about. If you had said the movie, I would have known who you were talking about. Yeah, Jim Carrey.
Jim Carrey. Anyways, there was a story of him, he was homeless, I think, or close to being homeless.
At some point.
And he wrote himself $1 million check, post-dated 1 year from that
He told the
day.
story on Oprah.
Okay, tell the story on Oprah. And a year later is when he signed The Mask as his first big movie.
And he got $1 million.
And he got $1 million.
Amazing. Every word of what you just said was wrong.
So didn't you write yourself a check? I heard
Yeah.
that you did. Is that true?
I wrote myself a check for $10 million for acting services rendered, and I gave myself 5 years, or 3 years maybe, and I dated it Thanksgiving 1995, and I put it in my wallet and I kept it there, and it deteriorated and stuff, but then just before Thanksgiving 1995, I found out that I was going to make $10 million on, I think it was Dumb and Dumber, maybe.
Dumb and Dumber.
And so the whole thought is just like that. You're putting that intention out there. You're really, and I'm not telling everybody to go write themselves $1 million check, but if you really believe in what you're doing and have that mindset, then you're going to accomplish it. And so this is what we talked about, and it works the other way too. If you constantly tell yourself, I'm fat,
I'm no good.
I'm no good, you're going to be exactly those things.
Yeah. That's hard, though, I think, because, you don't feel good. And so that's, it's a vicious circle of
Right.
not feeling good and saying you're not good. And it's snowballs. So you have to break that cycle at some point and say,
Yes.
I think this is something. I don't know if we talked about this or not, because I am tired, and so are you. But is it worth it? And I would say, like, are you worth it? And obviously you are. So, but that's that changing your mindset of like, yeah, absolutely, I can do this. I am going to do it. And I think that's just why I like this, what we're doing, the 75-day challenge program, whatever you want to call it, that it is forcing us to do this. And because we're documenting it, like today we didn't quite get that second 45-minute exercise right. So we both, like, you were doing your whatever you're doing, squats and push-ups and stuff like that, and I just did, like, we both had like 25 minutes left to do, so we both just went and did that instead. But if that was like a normal day, we'd been like
we had that episode already.
There was a lot of swearing in that one. But
that's our efforts.
Efforts, yeah. But yeah, I mean, mindset is so important, and I think we've talked about it so much, and we'll probably continue to talk about it.
Yeah.
But I love that book too. I haven't read it yet, but you've told me so much about it, so I'm excited to read it.
It's amazing, and I will not say this lightly about a lot of books, but it is life changing, and I think that it really gives me hope that and not only hope but also understanding of how I got here. Okay. And the mindset in the gold machine works negatively and positively. I mean, It's a machine. You put an input in, it's going to act on it. And so why not replace those negative inputs with good things? Why not put that in instead of saying I'm fat, saying I am going to be healthy?
Don't say I can't. Say I presently am incompetent at this thing.
Right. Yeah. I think because you said that we're wired both ways, and the negativity,
that's way stronger and way more powerful.
It's like the dark side.
It is. All right. Well, we should probably go.
We should, because we're really tired.
All right. So I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Okay.